Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. I'm doing pretty solid myself. Today we are going to be attempting greedier mode as Apollyon. One, just because I have a little less time than I normally do to record, and two, I think we actually get something good from this. So, I mean, we'll see. You know me and my greedier mode runs. I hate them with a passion and I wish they didn't exist, but something we gotta do. Anyways, hope everyone's doing alright. I'm doing pretty okay myself, just kind of not bored. That's not definitely not. I mean, I just started recording, so obviously I'll be clearing up as the recording goes on. But I guess you can definitely say previously to this, I was kind of bored out of my mind. I don't know. I need to find something better to do with my free time. I have considered picking up reading, believe it or not, you know. But I am not necessarily a scholar, or, you know, I don't necessarily actively try and pursue things like academia. And funny enough, actually, I feel like I used to struggle a lot when it came to something like that. I don't know what it was, but me personally, I don't know, man. Maybe you guys can relate, maybe you guys can see where I'm coming from here. But me personally, I just used to absolutely struggle bad when it came to things like school, I guess post middle school, personally. And I don't necessarily think it's because I'm dumb or anything. I don't know, man. I could never just pay attention. I guess that's what it is. At a certain point in school, man, I just stopped being able to pay attention kind of to the shit that was going on. And it's not like I couldn't learn, because I mean, I used to do all the shit myself pretty much. Like if I ever went to class and I didn't pay attention at all, that night's homework I would essentially have to like teach myself what the fuck I'm supposed to do, and I would be able to do that. It was just the original act of what's the word I'm thinking of? The original act of learning shit in the classroom. I just couldn't do it, man. I don't know what it is. Speed and a luck up? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know? I don't know what it is. Maybe someone out there can kind of be like, Tony, I'm in the same boat or something like that. Or I used to be in the same boat. But I don't know, you know, I would love to pick up a book, but the thing is, I don't even know, like, what about, I guess, truth be told. You know, there is one thing that has interested me. I don't know, it's a funny introduction, and you're gonna think I'm brain rotted as hell for mentioning this, and trust me, like, you will think I'm brain rotted as hell for mentioning this, and I don't blame you. If this is the thought that you have of me after the story I'm about to tell you, I don't even blame you necessarily. But recently, I have, in my free time, just whenever I browse Instagram or whatever, I've been getting these videos. And the specific video I'm mentioning is like, I don't know how to describe it in a way that won't make you guys think I am mentally cooked, but I have been getting these videos. They're essentially like just parkour, like Minecraft parkour videos, where they run around and then they talk about something. You guys might have seen it before, where it's like, for some reason, this format of video loves to reside in Family Guy. So it's like something Family Guy related. Like, you know, it's like, oh, here's one that I will mention, but it's like privacy or Pirate Peter or whatever, and for lack of me somehow causing enough influence to get this account destroyed, you can kind of just infer what I mean by the word Pirate Peter. But essentially it's just Minecraft parkour videos, and then like this AI Peter talking to you and being like, hey, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. And it's interesting, you know, I guess to a degree. I find it interesting. But you know, some of it is kind of slop or whatever. But the one that I've been getting, the one that's interested me, is, funny enough, it is not Family Guy. It is SpongeBob. And it is this account that's called Philosophy Bob. And the sole purpose of the account is to discuss things like, not philosophical debates, but you know, the things that churn the mind, I guess, in the philosophy aspect. Like, one of them was fucking, it would be an I'm excited filled, dude. Fuck me. I low-key don't even want to fight you. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, bro. You're gonna think I'm stupid, but this is literally the video. It's essentially this AI SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and Squidward just like debating, not even debating. It's not a debate. It's just like knowledge, truly. Like philosophical ideas and stuff like that. And I bring this up because one, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It has low-key piqued my interest. You know what I mean? Like, I see it in my feed sometimes and I watch it and it's always, I'm gonna be real, it's always got me hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. Maybe they just got the right characters, you know? They found out, hey guys, we'll get more pulls if we have people on, instead of Family Guy characters, we make it SpongeBob, you know? That may be the case. Maybe they just got me reeled in. Maybe I'm a kind of sucker or whatever. But whatever the case may be, they truly do have my ass hook, line, and sinkered on those videos. And it's actually gotten me slightly interested. And it's funny enough that I bring this up because this is not a prompt, but it was something that was mentioned to me by a commenter that they wanted to see as like a topic I discussed or whatever, you know? They wanted to see Tony discuss things like philosophy and such, you know? I will say, I don't necessarily think I am a, maybe not a good resource, but like, you know, what's my merit? What do I have in this philosophy game where I have more knowledge than some other human or something like that? You know what I mean? What makes me qualified to speak on this? Truth be told, the extent of like kind of like my philosophy that I have ever like truly thought about, and you know, critical thinking skills and such on, is like John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, you know, like the shit you learn in freaking high school, brother. You know what I mean? Essentially what I'm saying is not my understanding of philosophy, but like my ideas, how I think of stuff, the things I know are put down to like high school, not even philosophy class, high school history class, where we learned about these philosophers like John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, and such and such and such. You know what I mean? I'm excited is going to ruin me. Tony ingests worst pill in Isaac history, asked to fucking end it all, bro. That shit was horrible. Can I say that? That shit was trash, dog. I'm about to slime myself out with how bad that shit was, you feel me? But, you know, hopefully it won't happen again. And it sucks because of the fact that we could have avoided that horrible peep fight at the end, but instead I accidentally hit the button in the I'm excited form, so my ass stayed in that stupid ass fight. But yeah, you know, essentially what I'm saying is I don't have much knowledge about philosophy and the work, stuff like that. However, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've been interested. I have been interested in not this sort of discussion, because I feel like I've said it before. I will say it again, and I will continue to say it multiple times. I feel like the time to discuss philosophy or have any sort of discussion of something like that, it's not with random people, you know? I can't just discuss philosophy with random commenters on what's it called? You know what I mean? Like I have to like have a rapport with them, with this person, if I want to, in my mind, truly feel like I'm contributing and actually having a, not debate, but you know, a proper discussion on something like this. You know? Can you blame me? Maybe, you know, maybe you could be like, Tony, you see the fact that you're putting on these what's the word I'm thinking of? Like not stigma, but these you know, these rules before you can lay a discussion. You're already like tarnishing proper discussion. And it's like you could say that, I guess, to a degree. I can kind of see where I'm coming from here. But I mean, truth be told, it's, I don't know, man. I'm not asking for you to agree with me at every point or whatever. I'm just asking that I at least know you so we can have a proper discussion. For lack of a better term, I guess. But you know, but I'm gonna be dead ass with y'all, you know? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say my truth. I have seen these videos everywhere and they interest me, you know? I'm not gonna lie. I have seen these videos and I would be lying if I said they didn't interest me a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but just, it's got my brain itching, you know what I mean? It's got my brain itching to kind of be like, hey, you know, let me learn a little bit about philosophy. Not to discuss, but just to, you know, to learn about something. I feel like it's never bad to want to learn about something, you feel me? And I feel like most of my knowledge on topics don't come from me reading a book. It comes from someone else reading a book and then listening to this person like tell me this info, you know what I mean? But I myself, I would like to have, I guess, like a memory bank of knowledge or stuff like that, you feel me? You pick up what I'm putting down here? It's a very expensive death touch. I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you see it, it's very expensive. 1.5, one heart. No, that will bring me down to 2 hearts. It's not worth. With how much I've been taking damage, this shit's not worth it. You know, it is what it is, I guess, in the like grand scheme of it all or whatever. Yeah, let's take it actually. But I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all, you know? I'm gonna keep it real, and all I'm gonna say is I have been interested. Will Tony read for once? Maybe I will. You know, I've shown the interest in it myself, in wanting to. How? I don't know. You know, how do I get into this philosophy sort of deal? You know, like do I just start reading? Not these ancient texts, because you know, this shit isn't ancient history. It's I don't want to say pseudo modern time, but you know what I mean. Like these people spoke the same language as me, type of shit. They just spoke it a little differently. Oh my goodness, bro. I feel like I can't escape it. Fuck y'all, dude. Son of a bitch. Yo, this shit should not be legal. I'm being dead ass. This cannot be legal, right? Oh my goodness, that was such a horrible fight, bro. I'm surprised I managed to live that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's eat you for a luck up. Come on, man, a luck up, really? Not even a damage or a tears up, just a luck and a shot speed? I guess so, bro. But I mean, yeah, like I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to look to. I don't know what to look for. It's funny. I did save a comment, and like I said, you guys might think me brain rotted because not the whole reason, but I would be lying if I didn't say a large chunk of the reason why I kind of wanted to. I have a small gauged interest in things like philosophy is because I have been seeing these stupid ass philosophy Bob posts on my Instagram reels. You know what I mean? It doesn't burden me, it's not the word, but I don't know, it feels like my interest in it isn't genuine, I guess, to a degree. That's what it feels like to me. In my mind, it's kind of registering as like, this is not a genuine interest in philosophy. You only want to fucking see this shit because of the stupid philosophy Bob like Instagram page. And a part of me is like, you know what? Yeah, that's kind of real. Like Brain Tony, that's kind of real. It does feel like I'm only interested in it because it's like philosophy Bob. But I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I still feel like I have like a measured interest in this. You know what I mean? That's just me though. That's just me though. That's gonna be broken, right? I'm not tweaking. I'm not tweaking. That's really broken where I am. Or not, I guess not really broken, but it could be very good. Can we get a penny? Can we get a penny? Can we get 1 penny? 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny. Just a 1. Just a 1 penny is all I need. Just 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny. Nope, fuck me, I guess. I could have got 2 boss items. Oh, sad. But I mean, shit. I don't know, brother. You know? Maybe I've lost it a little bit. Maybe Tony has lost it a little bit. Who knows? I could see that being the case, low key. What am I pogging at? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Both those items are pretty good. Okay. Push this over here. But I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, it's the thoughts I've had. It's the thoughts I've had. Maybe you guys can come to see reason and be like, no, Tony, that's not that bad. Or maybe you guys will kind of agree with what I have to say in that, like, yeah, Tony, it doesn't sound like you're losing your mind, but maybe this philosophy interest. I mean, low-key, I'm gonna be real with you. Even if it's not like a genuine interest in philosophy, I feel like as long as I learn something, you know, one might say even just one thing, this will be perhaps a good thing. You know what I mean? Philosophy and stuff like that. That's good stuff to at least have in mind, or at least think about every once in a while. You know what I mean? What keeps the brain in motion or some shit. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to lock in because of my most feared enemy is in the room right now. Thank God, they're dead. Trust me, I've definitely gone over how much I hate that enemy. What? You. Oh yeah, I get to go over tier cap because some of my tier upgrades are from Void. Void is some of my tier upgrades, so I get to go over tier cap with some of these, low key. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna hold on to this. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this just in case. You know what? Here, let's use it. Let's use it because I think I'm gonna get another charge. We'll see. We'll see how things turn out. Yeah, I got another charge. Let's go. And then I don't think I'll get one more, so let's keep it. Let's keep it here. Solid though, solid. But I mean, yeah, like I don't even know how to, not how to read books, but like, you know, fucking, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go to my local Barnes and Noble or whatever? You know what I mean? That's kind of like what I'm thinking in my head. Like, am I gonna go to my local Barnes and Noble and just like, yeah, can you point me to the philosophy section or some shit? You know, I'm not gonna lie. A part of me has kind of thought of the idea, maybe go to the store and like pick up like a Kindle or whatever, you know, something like that. Something small, something slight. So, you know, where I can just kind of not get started reading. Me personally, I feel like I would prefer, just for sake of mind for me, I would prefer to do any reading, if I do, on like via, what's it called? Paperback or hardcover, you know, like the physical book itself, not just reading on like fucking Kindle or whatever. Or maybe audiobook, but I mean, I don't know. Audiobooks are reading, right? I think, you know what? I think they are reading, but you can't have it on in the background like you could something else. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, I'm not the only one that's done this, so I don't think you guys get to be like, question mark, Tony on this one here. But, you know, there are people out there that like literally, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, I'm not gonna say this is me, because I can do stuff, but there are some people out there who like need something in the background in order to like play a game or do something, you know? Trust me, I know there are people out there like that. And I was gonna say, shit, I low-key might be that person, but I mean, quite literally yesterday, I decided, because no one was on for like a decent amount of time, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a Payday 2 heist, and I'm gonna try to stealth it as hard as I can. And I did stealth it, so that was sick, you know. In my mind, I'm like goated, but also, pentagram? Sure. Growth hormones? Sure. Synthol? Sure. It's fun. That's pretty good. I'll take it. But like, you know, so quite literally, in defense of Tony, in defense of myself, quite literally yesterday, I did not what I was just about to accuse myself of. But I'm aware, like, don't think this comes from nowhere. I am very much aware that there are people out there, there are individuals out there that cannot do something without having some sort of media or something else kind of playing on like a second monitor or something of the sort. You feel me? And this is not a diss at them, but I feel like if I were to want to engage in audiobooks, I couldn't do it like that, you know? I couldn't play it like that. Which is how some people might have their shit, because you don't like retain info, you know? You know what I mean? Like, if you do something like that, like, you don't retain that information. It just kind of all gets not tanked away, but you know, like, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't remember half of the shit because you're half paying attention to the audio or whatever. You're half paying attention to the freaking, what's it called? To the game or whatever other it is like thing you're doing. You know what I mean? So I feel like audiobooks definitely aren't bad. They're essentially just you yourself don't have to read the book, and it might be better depending on you know, your situation. Maybe you can't afford to buy or, you know, pay for a book. That doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, you can't afford to pay this book, just rob you of your right to read, or it's not a right, I guess, but you know, just rob you of your ability to fucking learn. Go to the library, forehead type of shit. I can go to the library, you know, support my local library or whatever. But anyways, all I'm saying is maybe I might, audiobooks aren't that bad, you know? And also I might start reading. Black Rune, sick. All right. Anyways, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.